Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You'll have to excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold, but I wanted to share this video with you where I'm going to be getting rid of a whole bunch of pros. I'm going to show you exactly why. So if we look at my Road to Glory deck, you can see my deck is almost entirely Wrestlemanias, with the exception of a singular. Well, there's this Raul Mendoza, but there's also this Veer, which is of course Fortified 1. And Veer is, of course, as we all know, the strongest of wrestlers, which is why he's all the way up there, and why poor Raul Fortified 1 is all the way down here. But he is soon to be replaced by another Wrestlemania card. And if we go look at Giants, you can see our left arrows. We are still using a single left arrow here. We have our Pro, R-Truth, and we also have, of course, the Wrestlemania 38 Omos. The right arrow is completely fine. The up arrows, we're still using the Raul Mendoza, and down arrows again entirely fine. In fact, actually, the Road to WrestleMania Veer is actually stronger than the WrestleMania 38 single Veer, which is very strange. So what we are now doing is, let's just look at, well, everything, shall we? And you can see that the WrestleMania 38 completely dominate the Road to WrestleMania cards, so by quite a bit. I think even when the Eddie Guerrero gets to his 100 games, he's probably going to take over Raul Mendoza as well, so that would get rid of him. But we do need 4 strong left arrows, 4 right arrows, 4 up arrows, and 4 down arrows, which means we are going to get rid of some cards right now. So let us do that. So let us go into Combinable, and the only left arrow we're going to keep is the bad guy Razor Ramon Scott Hall himself, because we're going to make him into a Fortified 1. Although Edge is stronger than Razor, the Razor being a Fortified 1 should be stronger than the Edge Pro, and we also have one Razor Ramon already on 100 matches. So that is the only one that we're planning on keeping. I'm going to... unfortunately, he's in the Performance Centre, so can't do anything about him just yet, about good old Fit Finlay. But we will get rid of all the rest of them. Of course, we're keeping the females for just now. We still need a lot of female cards. Females are always the hardest ones to get. So let us start proing some of these cards. We shall start with Chad Gable. You have the original Chad Gable and the more modern Chad Gable. Thank you. Now let's combine them to get the extra star. And there we go. And we are going to pro our Isaac Yankum DDSs, which is of course Glenn Jacobs, which is also Caden. So let's just pro those together. Overrun, not that it matters. And there is the pro mayor of Knoxville County. Next up is the King, Xavier Woods himself. Again, does not matter. We're going to keep the Razor Ramones, we're not getting rid of those, but we will get rid of Drew McIntyre, and look at how much he's changed over the years, from the Chosen One to the Scottish psychopath, the Claymore wielding Drew McIntyre. And there we go, is the pro of him. Next up, you think you know him, you never did. It is Edge, the legendary still wrestler, still wrestling to this day. He's got a brand new gimmick, which is very, very cool, which I'm very, very pleased with. And the next one is, of course, the Usos, which I was going to pro before I got a whole bunch of WrestleMania 38 cards, so then it just became unnecessary, and I'm just going to use this one. And we're not going to fortify one of them, we're going to keep them separate, because we are going to use them to train up our second Razor Ramon. So both of these are on 0 matches, so it doesn't matter what one we do. And we're going to keep the rest of the females, and there's no point in fusing the Royal Rumble fusions because it's not going to be anywhere near strong enough. So I might as well just keep them for the Road to WrestleMania fusions, or even the WrestleMania 38 fusions. And the females are staying exactly where they are because they are all going to be very, very useful in the future. So let us train up our Razor Ramon and let's get him to maximum level. You can see we have a whole bunch of cards here, all waiting to get used. Even these ones, like, I don't really like the ability and I don't really like the trigger, so that's why they are sitting there. I might use them in the end, haven't decided, but let's start getting rid of some of these cards. So we shall start with Jey Uso, and that puts Razor Ramon up to level 76, which is a good start. We put in Edge and the other Jey, brings him up to 97. So I think a Royal Rumble should be sufficient. Let's throw in Dominic. No, let's throw in Becky Lynch. There we go. And that is the bad guy up to level 100. And we will equip him with these ones. And we're going to take... Oh, we can't take this off of you. Dang. Because you're in the Performance Center. That sucks. Because if I could take that off of him, then Razor would take the place in Giants and would be able to train them through playing Giants, but unfortunately that's not the case. So instead, let's go to Trainable in WrestleMania 38, and we don't need those, but we'll keep these ones. So, Damian Priest, who has the gimmick where he's both Damian and Priest. We'll train away both of these, take up to level 91. Let's throw in Dr. Isaac Yankem, DDS. There we go, level 100 for the Archer of Infamy. Next we have the Good Father, which is a terrible gimmick, so we'll just call it the Godfather. I'm sure he'd be much more pleased with. We'll put in, thank you, Chad Gable. And we'll throw in a couple of Royal Rumbles. We'll put in Dominic and Otis. Brings up to 89, we need a little bit more. So let's use this Road to WrestleMania ++. That should be it. Oh, level 98 wasn't enough. Okay, then this Robert Stone should be sufficient. There we go. There is the Godfather up to level 100. And we can certainly get JC Jane up there as well. Let's get rid of a few more cards. Use these three for a start. Level 83. Let's put in Grayson Waller. Brings us up to 89. Just a little bit more to go. The Joaquin Wilde. 95. I think Odyssey Jones might not be enough. Level 99, and I think we're going to leave her there at level 99. And that brings our number down to 397 of 450. And I always like having 50 free spaces if I can. So that is always good to see. And that might change up some cards. Let's see now if we just go into mail and we see our top 16. So Eddie Guerrero is still lower than Raul Mendoza. And you can see that Damian Priest and Godfather are a little bit lower than that. But it looks like our Bradshaw is not required any longer. Finally, definitely isn't. There's a couple of these cards that I'm just kind of would like to keep, just try and get a pro of them, like, you know, good old Stone Cold and The Rock. It's interesting to see that. Oh well, this is no. Razor has higher stats than The Rock. Not as high stats as Stone Cold, but he does have higher stats than The Rock. That's awesome. Get in there, Scott Hall. That's pretty cool to see. And of course, they are significantly stronger than Kofi Kingston, Big E, and of course Finlay. So, very nice to see that the bad guy is getting some respect. It is always good to see when you see that. And the rest of these are just cards that I'm trying to keep. Ones that I really like the image of, you know, they're either double heroics or they're cool little event cards. such like that. So none of those that I really want to go getting rid of. A couple more cards down here that I could probably get rid of, actually. Let's see here. We don't need this Paul Cruz. We don't need Montez Ford. Or Pete Dunne. Or Ricochet. Or even Dexter Lumis. And Brooks Jensen either. Okay, get rid of a few of those. There's a few that I had locked from earlier that I wasn't aware of. And yeah, I think that's it. I really love that artwork, that extreme. It's always nice to see anything with the bad guy Scott Hall. A very, very cool character. And he was aware of it as well. He knew he was cool. So that is us. We are fairly close to the end of this, so I think the next video is going to be getting the heroic upgrade. As you can see, we're on 963 of the 1 billion and 27 that we need. So we're definitely getting up there, very, very close. And less than 60,000 to go, which is... No, actually it's more than 60,000, my mistake. It's 664 million, isn't it? Well, that makes me feel silly. But that is going to be it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.